Allowing everybody to be back in this room for our fifth Philadelphia event. So again, I want to thank everybody, especially our sponsors and all of you for being here this evening. So, it is also Mind Your Mind's first in-person event since 2019, so consider yourselves history makers. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we're thrilled that you can all come together with us tonight to support this great cause. So your presence here tonight supports Mind Your Mind, a nonprofit organization that provides mental health education and suicide prevention training in schools, communities, and workplaces throughout the country. The goal is to normalize conversations around mental health in order to end the stigma and destructive behaviors that can oftentimes be associated with these issues. Now more than ever, especially after the course of the last 2.5 years, we realize that taking care of your mental health is equally, if not more important than taking care of your physical health. And it's time we talk about that the same way too. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Pat Scher, and I've had the privilege of working alongside the Young Professionals Committee here for the past 6 years now. Thank you, So when Drew Bergman and Mike Garuccio approached me about getting involved with Mind Your Mind, I knew it was a no-brainer. Right, I had friends that dealt with anxiety and depression in their early years, losing a good friend to suicide in our college years. I often found this community close to heart, and I'm sure a lot of us in this room feel the same way. I've also had the honor of joining forces with this year's Young Professionals Committee to bring the celebration of life back into life in 2022. Now more than ever, mental health is being addressed at home and school and in the workplace. Mind Your Mind speakers are important voices in changing conversations around mental health topics. So all throughout the pandemic, when schools went virtual, so did Mind Your Mind. They never missed a step and now can provide presentations in person or virtually anywhere in the world, assuring young people that they're not alone and that their lives matter. Perceptions are changed, lives are saved every day by the work of Mind Your Mind, and the money raised here tonight will go specifically towards supporting and bringing those programs to the greater Philadelphia region. So thank you all for coming out and supporting their efforts. I would also like to take a moment here to send a special attention and thanks to our sponsor, which are listed on our screen over here, as well as at our sponsors table. Without their early and often support of what we're doing here tonight, we could not make this event happen. So thank you to each and every one of our sponsors. So now it is my pleasure to introduce you to someone who is a history maker of a different kind. Tonight we honor a man without whom none of us would be here. In 2010, Clay Skipper was a student at Vanderbilt University and a member of the Beta Theta Pi fraternity. Not long after that year, Clay received news that nobody ever wants to hear, that a fraternity brother and close friend, Kyle Craig, had died by suicide. When Kyle's friends returned to Vanderbilt, they felt his absence deeply and knew they wanted to honor his memory in some way. Kyle loved music, friends, and celebrations, so the Beta Brothers put together a music festival with Kyle's favorite band. They also knew they wanted to talk about mental health and invited a speaker from Mind Your Mind to address the crowd. They named that festival a Celebration of Life, and year after year, the Celebration of Life was held at Vanderbilt, always with music and always with a Mind Your Mind speaker. As Kyle's friends graduated and moved out into the world, so did the Celebration of Life. First to New York City, then here to Philadelphia, and also in New Jersey. And since that first event in 2011, the Celebration of Life has engaged thousands of young professionals in the advocacy of mental health and has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars to fund mental health education and suicide prevention programs. Clay Skipper was one of the original founders of the first Celebration of Life at Vanderbilt and was leader in expanding it to New York City and beyond. Today, Clay lives in Manhattan, where he works as a staff writer for GQ, covering sports and wellness, and does some part-time modeling on the side. And tonight, he's here with us to accept the Emerging Minds Award. Clay, in addition, with our gratitude, we had a few others who couldn't be here with us in person, but didn't want to miss out on sending you their congratulations as well.
Clay, man, massive congratulations on the Emerging Minds Leader Award. That is such a huge honor and so well deserved. That first event in Nashville would have never happened without you, and what you did in year two and the years beyond, and helping expand it over to New York. It was just incredible. So, and what you're doing with your platform now as well is so hugely impactful. So keep it up, man. We're bummed I can't be there to celebrate with you, but very well deserved, and congratulations.
Hi, Clay. It's Chip and Andrea. We sure wish we could be down in Philadelphia celebrating you as you receive this award. Unfortunately, we have a family wedding in North Carolina, but do know that we'll be with you in spirit.
Hi, Clay. 11 years ago, you and your Beta brothers started Celebration of Life down at Vanderbilt in remembering Kyle. Over the past 10 years, you've worked tirelessly to bring this concept and awareness of mental health to youth across the country. In remembering a life lost too soon, it was your driving initiative. But again, working as you have to develop the Celebration of Life concept, you've brought this awareness of mental health to thousands of young people across the country.
You and your Beta brothers recognize that if someone as strong, capable, and positive as Kyle could struggle with mental health issues, there must be many others struggling as well.
In speaking with GQ magazine and working as you have with Minding Your Minds, you've made a difference, a significant difference in hundreds and thousands of young people's lives. And although we can't be with you today, we are with you in spirit. Our hearts are with you. We congratulate you on receiving this well-deserved Emerging Mind Award. Although COVID delayed, it's yours now. Thanks, Clay, for all your work.
Congratulations.
Hey, Clay. Huge congratulations to you for a well-deserved achievement. As you've heard, unfortunately my family and I cannot be there to celebrate with you in person, but we are there in spirit, and will definitely be toasting you from afar. You've done so much for Mind Your Mind and their purpose. You've taken on the cause yourself by chairing the Celebration of Life New York Committee for years, and by incorporating their important mission into your work on a daily basis. For those reasons, and many, many more, no one is more deserving of the Emerging Minds Award than you. Though I have no authority to speak on my brother's behalf, I do believe that he grew so close to you because he recognized a great individual when he met you. Much like my family and I experienced when we were able to meet you as well. And I believe that he is, and would be, so proud of what you've accomplished here today. Thank you for being a resource to others in their time of need. Through sharing your own experience, teaching others how to discuss these sensitive topics with their friends, and by encouraging those who struggle to seek counsel themselves, you have impacted so many lives for the best and will continue to do so. And lastly, thank you for your incredible spirit, for being someone who champions the cause of erasing the stigma around mental health education, and for helping others #be the one to support those in need. You've done so much. We love you and everyone who is able to celebrate this great cause with you tonight. We wish we could be there with you in person and miss you. Have fun and enjoy. Bye.
Clay, congratulations. I'm so sorry that we can't be there tonight, but I cannot think of anyone more deserving than you for this award. I personally want to thank you for your leadership of the Celebration of Life New York team and keeping Derek, Paul, and I on task to actually meet up and to actually get things done. We needed that, and thank you for that. Your friendship with my brother Kyle was a very special one, and I think your openness and vulnerability to share your own mental health journey and struggles through the years is the best way to honor his life that I can think of. Thank you for that, Clay, and thank you to everyone in the room for all that you do. I wish I could be there tonight and hope to see you all soon. Congratulations and have fun. Bye.
Reduction and mental health education. In recognition of these efforts, Mind Your Mind is proud to present the 2022 Emerging Minds Award to Clay Skipper.
Thank you, Pat. That was a very lovely introduction. The video was a surprise. So I'm very touched to be here tonight and to be honored in this way. I'm so touched, in fact, that I cut my hair for the event tonight. And honestly, I'm just grateful to be in a room like this and be able to gather after a couple years of not being able to do that. So if we could, I would first like to just ask everyone to give a very warm thank you to everyone in Mind Your Mind, to Pat, to the organizing committee for working tirelessly to make this happen through 2 postponements. Give it up. I'd also like to say that though I have been involved with Celebration Life from the beginning, and I helped bring the event to New York, I truly am a small part. I consider myself a very small part of what it has grown into. There are countless people to thank for that, many of whom are in this room, you guys, some of whom are not. But a few I want to make sure to name, to mention in particular by name, are James Wolfe, who you guys saw on the video. He was sort of the architect and founder of the original event and was instrumental in bringing it to New York. And then also Derek Craig and Jordan Craig, who you saw in the video, and Paul Mackey. I won't reiterate the history too much, and I'll keep this brief so everyone can get back to socializing. But just to say a few words about the history of the event and how grateful I am to be here. The event started just over a decade ago on Vanderbilt's campus in Nashville. We lost our friend Kyle Craig to suicide. That event looked very different from this event. It was basically an outdoor concert / barbecue thrown by a bunch of frat kids. This is a much more civilized, much more organized indoor gala. Thankfully for everyone's sake, there are a lot less sandals in attendance this time. But the thing that really hardens me being here tonight, and having been to some of these in the past, is that the ethos of the event is very much the same. We wanted to create a space and create a concert, now a gala, where we could talk about mental health, and people could talk about their struggles with mental health, and we could sort of erase the stigma around mental health issues and struggles, so that if someone was struggling in the way that Kyle was struggling, they could get help, they could talk to someone. That is very much the same idea at the core of Mind Your Mind's work, the model of prevention through education. And so the fact that I believe we have 310 tickets sold, we have 300 plus people in this ballroom tonight. You guys have raised an incredible amount of money. Yeah, you got to that. It's really special because it's a testament to the fact that what started as a relatively modest tribute among a small group of friends has blossomed into something that our original group never could have imagined it could have blossomed into. And I'm so grateful to be honored tonight, but that is not because of me. That's because of Mind Your Mind and the work they do. It's because of all of you who have showed up in the years past and showed up tonight and have supported and have created community. I think that's the word that sticks with me, especially watching that video, is, anytime I've struggled with my mental health, and I have, and I think the last 2 years have been hard in a lot of ways, but definitely has been hard from a mental health standpoint. The thing that has helped me more than anything else is community. That could be one person to talk to. It could be a group of people to talk to. But having someone to listen and conversate with and, just be there for you. And to have the type of resources that Mind Your Mind provides, that sense of community is really special. it's what's funny is I actually don't think I don't know very many people here tonight, and you guys don't know, a lot of you don't know me, but we have created this community, and that is amazing. That what started as a community Kyle created has grown into this, and has grown into an event that's going to be in New Jersey. And again, I just want to reiterate in closing that all comes back to everyone in this room. It comes back to you by showing up at past events, showing up at this event, showing up at future events, and talking about mental health, your experience with it, talking about it here, but talking about out there too, among friends and family. So more than anything, I want to say thank you for creating this community and for being here tonight. And I'm very, very touched to receive this. So to my new mind, thank you so much.